Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. Today, we are going interstellar, folks. We're
Yeah.
talking space. We're talking cutting-edge science.
hmm
We're going to be looking at a what-if scenario where the sun, our sun, starts to lose its energy,
Oh boy.
potentially plunging Earth into a global ice age.
Yeah. That's
Pretty intense stuff, right?
yeah, it's a chilling thought.
No kidding. And the best part, we're using Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary as our guide for this deep dive.
Oh, excellent choice.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sci-fi, huh? But trust me on this one. What makes this deep dive so cool is that Project Hail Mary, while fictional, is actually grounded in some serious, real-world science.
Oh yeah, for
We're
sure.
going to be uncovering some fascinating concepts from astrophysics and microbiology along the way.
Definitely.
So buckle up, everyone, because things are about to get really interesting.
Absolutely.
But let's get started with the heart of the mystery, shall we? The Petrova line.
Yeah, let's do it.
Imagine this, okay? A thin, lopsided arc of infrared light. Very specific wavelength, by the way.
Okay.
Stretching all the way from the sun's north pole toward Venus.
Wow, that's a pretty striking image.
It is.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Infrared light is typically associated with heat, you know?
Right. Right.
But the Petrova line is cold. Icy cold.
So that's already pretty strange.
It is. And get this, the trajectory towards Venus makes zero sense to scientists.
Right.
Because Venus, unlike our Earth, lacks a magnetic field.
So there's no obvious explanation for why it's pointing that way.
Exactly. It's like finding a puzzle piece that just doesn't fit anywhere.
I see. It's like an anomaly.
It is a big one. And that's where our protagonist, Ryland Grace, steps onto the scene.
Oh yes, Ryland. Tell me about him.
Picture this. Former molecular biologist turned humble schoolteacher wakes up on a spaceship
Okay.
with absolutely no memory of how he got there.
Talk about a rough morning, huh?
Yikes.
Oh.
That's quite the wake-up call. Yeah, no kidding. And it gets worse. He's surrounded by the mummified remains of his crew.
Oh, wow. That's a chilling detail.
It is. He's alone in space with zero clue what's happening.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like waking up from a bad dream, except this one's all too real. And as he slowly starts to piece together his memories, we, the readers, discover that Earth is in deep trouble.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You and me both. A dimming sun. Not good news for anyone.
Definitely not. What are people doing about it?
Well, nations around the world come together, and they launch this project called Project Arclight.
So?
It's an unmanned spacecraft sent to Venus. Its mission: collect samples from the Petrova line.
Makes sense. Got to figure out what we're dealing with.
Exactly. But here's the thing. It's like two mysteries running side by side. You got Ryland's amnesia, and you have the whole Petrova line enigma.
Two sides of the same coin, perhaps.
Perhaps. And just as Ryland is struggling to remember why he's there, bam, Arclight sends back its initial findings.
What did they find?
Brace yourself. The Petrova line seems to be made up of these microscopic particles.
Okay. Microscopic particle.
But they're moving. Like,
What?
with purpose.
Moving with a purpose, you mean?
Yeah, you guessed it. Scientists start thinking, maybe, just maybe, these are microbes.
Microbes from space. Are we talking alien life here?
Things just got very interesting. And as if on cue, Ryland starts having these vivid memory flashes.
So his memory is coming back.
In bits and pieces.
Yeah.
He remembers all the anxiety on Earth about the sun dimming, the urgency to find a solution, and then it hits him. He was recruited for a very specific reason.
Sounds like he was chosen for a reason.
Oh, he was. These flashbacks are super important because they reveal just how serious this Petrova problem is.
Okay, how bad is it really?
We learn Earth's actually on a crash course towards a global ice age. And Ryland, with his past research about life existing without liquid water, might be humanity's last hope.
Wow, so this guy who was researching something everyone thought was crazy might be the key to saving us all?
You got it.
Yeah.
Talk about a wild turn of events, huh?
That's incredible. You know, it really makes you think, what else might we be missing out there?
Exactly. Project Hail Mary is a wild ride, my friend, and we're just getting started.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too. Buckle up.
You know what I find really interesting about all this? It's how Weir uses this whole crisis, this fictional crisis, to really explore what we even consider life.
Yeah, it's like it makes you question everything.
It does. The whole idea that life could exist, thrive even, without liquid water in places we'd consider hostile.
It's mind-blowing, right?
Totally. It challenges our understanding of biology and forces us to broaden our perspective. Like, what else are we missing?
Right. So we've got Ryland on this spaceship, memories slowly coming back, and the weight of Earth's fate sinking in. but he's still clueless about where he is, where he's going.
Still lost in space.
Absolutely. It's like he's trapped in a puzzle box, only has fragments of the solution.
And that feeling, that disorientation, kind of mirrors what everyone back on Earth is going through too, right?
Yeah, it does. Both Ryland and the entire planet are grappling with the unknown, searching for answers when everything seems impossible.
It's a feeling we can all relate to.
Definitely. It's a shared human experience. And then, another memory flash hits Ryland.
Oh. What does he remember this time?
He remembers watching the Arc Light launch on TV.
Just like millions of others were probably doing back on Earth.
Exactly. Glued to the screen, filled with hope and fear, all at the same time.
Yeah, that feeling of this could be our salvation or...
It's intense. And that shared experience, watching the launch, it connects Ryland, the character, to us, you know?
to our own anxieties and hopes, makes it feel real relatable.
Exactly. It reminds us that no matter how crazy things get, we're all in this together. Now, remember those microbes, the potential alien ones?
How could I forget? Alien microbes.
Right. Well, Ryland remembers how the scientific community back on Earth reacted to that news. It was pure chaos.
I can imagine finding out about alien life, especially one that could be dangerous, that would shake things up.
It did. It was a frenzy of theories and frantic attempts to understand what was happening.
It's like that moment when the world suddenly changes and the old rules no longer apply.
Exactly. And then, just when things couldn't get more intense, Ryland remembers another crucial encounter.
Okay, who's he meet this time?
A woman named Eva Stratt, high-ranking official, seems to be leading the global response to the whole crisis.
So she's calling the shots.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And she doesn't sugarcoat anything. She tells Ryland straight up. The sun's energy output is decreasing, and fast.
Not good.
Not at all. And she believes the Petrova line is somehow responsible. Like it's siphoning off the sun's energy.
Sip it off, like a parasite.
Yeah, draining the lifeblood of our star. It's a chilling thought, but it raises a big question.
What's that?
How can something as massive as the sun be affected by something so small?
Yeah, it seems impossible.
It does, right. And then Stratt drops another bombshell. She thinks those microbes might be the key to solving the problem.
Wait, the same microbes that are causing the problem?
Yeah, like the cause and the solution wrapped up in one.
I've heard that one before. Classic sci-fi trope.
It is, but Weir makes it work. So Stratt needs someone who can think outside the box, someone who understands these alien microbes, right?
And that's where Ryland comes in, the guy everyone thought was crazy for his ideas about life without water.
You got it. The scientific outcast suddenly becomes humanity's last hope.
That's a great twist.
It is, right?
Yeah.
It makes you think about all the groundbreaking ideas we might be overlooking because they don't fit the mold.
Absolutely. So is Ryland on board with this? Is he ready to save the day?
He's hesitant at first. He likes his life back on Earth, teaching kids about science.
I can understand that.
But Stratt makes it clear this isn't a choice. It's about survival. Humanity's survival.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
It is. Imagine being told the fate of the world is on your shoulders.
I don't even want to think about it.
It's a heavy burden, for sure. Ryland cares about his students, his life back home, but he also understands what's at stake. So he's faced with this heartbreaking choice.
Sacrifice everything to maybe save everyone.
It's a testament to the sacrifices people are willing to make for the greater good, you know? Even in a global catastrophe, human connection, individual choices, they still matter. That's what makes this story so powerful.
Agreed. So let me guess. Ryland accepts the mission.
He does. He knows what he has to do. And that's where we leave off. Ryland on this spaceship, racing towards the unknown, carrying the weight of humanity on his shoulders. The clock is ticking, and his journey is just beginning.
Wow, what a cliffhanger. You know, it's amazing how Weir can blend this hard science with such a compelling story.
He's a master at it. And he never lets the science overshadow the human element, the emotions, the struggles.
It's a reminder that even when faced with the most impossible odds, we can still find a way to fight, to push the boundaries, to hope for a brighter future.
And that's what makes Project Hail Mary such an incredible read. It's a story about science, about survival, but most importantly, it's a story about the enduring spirit of humanity. And we're not done yet. There's still so much more to explore in the final part of our deep dive. We'll be back after a short break. You know, it's funny how Ryland's theory, the one everyone dismissed, about life not needing water, becomes so important.
It is kind of ironic, isn't it?
It is. Like, are we too quick to dismiss things just because they sound a little out there?
Well, it definitely makes you think. Ryland's journey shows us that big discoveries can come from challenging what we think we know.
He's a real trailblazer, that's for
He
sure.
is. It's inspiring.
It is. So Ryland's putting the pieces together. He's remembering the Petrova problem, how bad it is, and how much is riding on him.
No pressure, right?
Oh, tons of pressure. It's a race against time and the stakes, the entire planet.
Talk about a heavy burden.
If he fails, Earth is toast, literally.
Wow. But Weir does a great job of slowly revealing all this, doesn't he?
He does. He uses Ryland's amnesia to build the tension as we learn more about the mission.
It's like we're right there with Ryland every step of the way.
Exactly. We feel the frustration, the little victories, and the sheer terror of what's at stake.
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
But even with all that, Ryland keeps his sense of humor. There are parts where you just gotta laugh.
Yeah, that's what makes him so relatable.
It does. It's like, even facing impossible odds, we can still find joy.
It's a testament to the human spirit, absolutely.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So Ryland digs deeper into this Petrova line mystery,
Okay.
and we get to go along for the ride. It's wild. Complex science, mind-bending theories, and even the chance of running into alien intelligence.
Yeah, the possibility of meeting aliens, that's always exciting.
It is, and we're so good at weaving that all together. Hard science, but told in a way that's just fun to read.
Yeah, he makes it accessible. You don't have to be a scientist to understand and enjoy it.
Exactly. So we've reached the end of our deep dive into Project Hail Mary.
And wow, what a journey it's been.
It has. We've talked about a dying sun, the Petrova line, alien microbes, and one astronaut fighting for humanity.
It's a story about curiosity, ingenuity, and hope, even when things seem hopeless.
It really is. Makes you think, what would you do in Ryland's shoes? Hurtling through space, the fate of Earth on your shoulders.
That's a tough one. Makes you appreciate the power of science and collaboration.
It does. So keep those questions in mind, folks. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the mysteries of the universe. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Until next